The challenge is that so many people feel like I'm chasing a future feeling. And the reason I have my job X amount of hours a day, the reason that I'm doing this different stuff is I think that one day I'll retire or I'll get this or whatever. And then when I get that, I will feel good. Or I'm chasing this because then I will feel happy. And I'm doing all this stuff and I'm living an unhappy life, to be honest with you, because I'm working really hard so that one day I can enjoy life. And so they're actually in that you are creating energy that is repeating the I'm working too hard and I'm angry and I'm not enjoying life. Like that's what you're seeing, that's what you're thinking about, that's what you're doing, and that's what you're getting over and over and over again in hopes that one day the opposite is going to show up. And so to your point of being here now, when you start to recognize that I can literally spend a half hour today with my eyes closed, thinking about and feeling exactly how I would feel when all those things are accomplished. I can be there right now. And I can close my eyes and I can live in that space. I can, going back to your, the kid who sees the rainbow, I can use my imagination to literally invoke elevated emotions, literally invoke chemicals into my body that are making my life beautiful and enjoyable and present in the now. And when I start to do that, I'm no longer chasing it. And so then from a quantum physics level, not only am I no longer chasing this one day good feeling that I have to work so hard to get to, which is, through time and space, it's far off in the future. I'm now, by being here now and creating the actual feeling that I believe will occur once I've accomplished or reached that outcome, I'm now attracting the experience to me. And so I don't have to chase it anymore. So it's like, stop pushing on the pull door, right? There's this door and it says pull, and you're sitting there with your arm, I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get through it. And one day this door is going to open. And when I get there, I'm going to love life. I can't wait, everybody. In the meantime, this sucks because it's really hard to push against this door, as opposed to just sit here and pull and just enjoy it and let the energy flow to you. And patience is the first chapter for a reason, because it's the one thing that I think everybody can recognize that they've either been or not been, right? So I've not been patient. And you're sitting in traffic, you're waiting on a phone call, you're waiting on something. We have gotten so used to the immediacy of life in today's society that we are not patient people. I think in general, most people find themselves often not patient. And patience is leading to presence, right? So that's why it's supposed to be patient, be present, be joyful. And it's the point where if you can decide that I'm no longer waiting on something and that everything is exactly going to unfold the way that it's supposed to. My job is to enjoy the journey and to create along the way. By no means, I'm not saying sit on your hands and do nothing and just, wait for things to happen. The opposite. It's mostly just about deciding who you want to be in the moment while you are waiting for everything to occur, and or taking action while you're waiting. I'm not just saying wait. But yeah, and I think my biggest lesson in patience as an adult came a couple of years ago. I had a meeting with a really important client in New York City. And I was just meeting them for the first time, and I was really excited, and I was late. And first of all, I was late already just because I think kids and stuff at home, whatever. And then I got in the car and I was late because of traffic. And so I was even more late. And I found myself sitting in this car, angry and stressed and worried that I was late for this event. And I was like, okay, so I'm just sitting here in this middle box being angry and worried and stressed and anxious. I'm creating all these thoughts because I'm worried about not having enough time. When really time is all we have, right? So in this time, who do I want to be? And I started remembering any other times in the past when I had been late for something and I showed up and it worked out fine. And I showed up late for something and the other person was late. And I showed up late for something and the night ended up being amazing. And it was about 30 seconds of, I'm so sorry I'm late, like this happened and that happened. And meanwhile, there I am just kind of complaining about what happened to me. And the other person was like, okay, well, let's move on, like we're here, you know what I mean? So once I realized that this was all, again, just a story, and I was creating energy in my body that didn't serve me or the outcome that I wanted. And by the way, so then I shifted it immediately, and I turned on some amazing music, and I sat in my car, and I had an amazing rest of my ride into New York City. And I was late, and we had a great night. And ever since then, I'm like, okay, again, by the way, going back to fear of what someone else thinks. Right, in the space of me being late, I was worried that this person was not going to like me or think that I was good enough, whatever it is, because I'm late. And so letting all of that go and deciding, recognizing that I am right here, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I get to decide who I want to create in this moment. I can be patient with the traffic. I can be patient with life itself. and start creating gratitude in the moment for who I am and all the things that I have in every single second of my life. When you start to do that again from a quantum level, now you're thinking about things to be grateful for. Life is going to give you more things to be grateful for.